So the other night, or day or something, someone asked me a really good question about how I recovered as far as food goes. So she asked if I started eating unlimited calories right away, like I just jumped into it and went from restricting really low to eating, 2,500 plus calories a day, or if I went slowly. Basically she was asking like, should I increase my calories really slowly, so that I adjust to it, or so that I don't freak out. Once I made the decision to start eating unlimited calories, I definitely just did it. It will really depend on where you're coming from, because it's possible that you right now are eating really, really dangerously low amounts of calories. And if you try to eat like as much as I'm eating now, you might, have a bad reaction to it. You might get sick or something like that. But it's also very possible. I've found that with fruit, that the opposite is true. That when I was restricting calories from fruit, as soon as I started eating a little bit more, I'd get more hungry, and I get a little bit more hungry, and it was kind of like my hunger got turned back on when I started eating enough, and then I was ravenous, and my body was basically like, time to make up for 8 years of restriction. It might sound more intuitive to try to increase your calories slowly, but it's quite likely that if you're eating a high carb vegan diet, and especially if you're eating mostly fruit or all fruit, that when you start eating more, you will get more hungry, and your body will actually, your hunger will turn back on, because fruit goes in you and it gets to your cells, and you're hungry, and like, you will keep desiring more food, and it will keep going through your stomach as long as you have more glucose to get to your glycogen stores, and to refurbish all of your fuel stores in your body. I guess my recommendation would be to start increasing, and if you find that you need time to adjust to larger quantities of food, then to take that time, but don't give yourself too much time, because it would be really easy to say, okay, I'm going to increase slowly, but take your time doing that, and end up having that turn into longer than it should, and really you just end up restricting longer. You go into it thinking, okay, like, I'll increase slowly, but then you find that you actually can handle that food really easily, and you're really hungry, then eat more, please. Like, don't stick to some kind of plan of I'll just increase a little bit more, The point of eating unlimited calories is that you're eating unlimited calories, that you don't have limits or set amounts, and that you're eating as much as you care for. The bottom line is to be increasing, and to not give yourself too much time to do that, because you don't want to be enabling yourself. And honestly, the sooner you get to eating a sustainable amount of calories from carbs, the sooner you're going to feel better. Even if you still have other work to do on yourself, being carved up, having enough fuel getting to your cells and getting to your brain, especially, is going to make that work easier. It's going to make it a much more approachable task. Basically changes your brain chemistry, and your mood will be better, even if it's not perfect. Even if you don't still yet feel 100% normal or stable or whatever. Being carved up is better than not being carved up, So give yourself an edge. Try to give yourself as much of an edge as you can. I mean, this is a battle. You gotta you want to be well equipped. So yeah, that's my long-winded answer to that question. If you guys have any more questions for me, I have a bunch of other questions that I want to answer in video form to make them more like widely available. But yeah, please put any questions that you have in the comments, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, good night.